here's how to post different things to the student journal. Clicking on the Add button, you'll find the option to post student work. These 6 options will show up when you're posting to the journal, when you're sharing an announcement, and even when you're creating an activity. So the first one we're going to look at is photo. What will pull up is an option to take a picture, and if you're on the laptop, you have the option to take just a screen from your laptop, or if you're on the iPad, you can take from the front camera or the back camera, depending on what you're taking a photo of. So once you take a picture, then it will pull it into the drawing tools so you can draw on top of it. This is a great way for you to take a picture of something around in the environment and be able to highlight or showcase different shapes or tools that are seen in the picture. Once you're finished, you click on the check mark and you can post it into the journal. So going back to the next tools that you see on here, we're going to move over drawing tool for the moment and click on video. So video is going to pop up with a similar screen that photo did. And as you can see here, we have 3 different photo options. This makes it easier when you are on a mobile device, because if you're holding it, whether you're taking a picture or a video, that's exactly kind of where your thumbs are when you're holding it. So you can just click on that and create the picture or the video very easily by doing that. So this video feature is very nice because once you click to start it, it's going to give you a countdown. So you can start recording. Once you start recording, at any time you can pause the video. You can change locations. If a student is asked to record different things around their house or different shapes around their environment, let's say, they can record a little bit, go to another location and record something else. Or if they are stuttering at a certain spot and they need to stop, they can always pause there, as well as you can if you're making tutorial videos. So I can just click the video again. I can continue to record. And then whenever I'm finished, I can go up to the top and click done. As you see up here, I've only recorded 12 seconds of the 5-minute time limit that I have. So it gives you a wide range in order to create the best video possible. So once you're done, it will give you the option to add a caption at the bottom. This is a great option if you want to just kind of give a brief overview of what you recorded in the video. The students have that option as well. All right, so going back, we're going to start over again. So we've looked at photo and video, which are very similar, like you saw. And you also have upload. So if you have created a Google document that you want to share with students or with parents, you can do that from here. And as you can see here, you can also upload images or a PDF or even a video. So I'm going to click right here to select from Google Drive. I'm going to choose my Google Drive with my NEISD account. If it comes up with this screen, just choose allow, because it's just asking if you want Seesaw to grab your Google Drive files. Once it comes up, you can easily search by anything that you have in there, or you can narrow it down to documents or images, the Google slide presentations that you have. And then once you put that presentation in there, then students and parents will be able to see what you have loaded up. So as you can see, when I uploaded my file, this was a Google slide presentation, and as you can see, each slide was divided onto a page in this Seesaw drawing tool, which is great because I can easily move them around, add things, change them. And if I click on this hand down here at the bottom, I can actually see that it was automatically locked. And so it creates it as a background image for each of those pages. So now I can just click on the check mark and send it right to my students. Or if I'm adding this as an activity, the students will have the option to draw on top of the slides. The other option when you're uploading a file is you can upload directly from your computer. If you've downloaded something, so let's say I'm going to a different website and I want to have my students fill this out for drawing a conclusion. So I can click to print that worksheet, but I don't want to print it. I want it to be interactive. And this is great when it comes to Seesaw because it makes it very simple for you to do that. So I am going to download the PDF. And as you notice, I will click here to download, and once I do that, it pulls it down to the bottom of my screen. So when I go back to Seesaw and I'm in the add file, all I need to do is drag that file and drop it in. Once I drag that PDF file in there, it automatically puts it into the drawing tool again, and I can even come over here because this is the answer page and I can delete that page. If you're on a phone and you have multiple pictures that you want to upload, you can also do that with the upload file option. So let's start over and try another one. The next thing is note. This is really just like it sounds. It's a note, just like a piece of notebook paper. There is no formatting, so there's not where you can center the text or bold it or italicize it or anything like that. It is simple, just writing. Now you can add emojis by clicking on the windows in the semicolon button, and it will pull up an emoji window. So if you are trying to get your students maybe to make an emoji story, they can do that in this note feature, or they can just type a sentence. Once they're finished, they can click on the check mark, or you can if you're trying to explain something, and you can even record over this note and record what you wrote. All right, we're going to go back. We're going to see one of the last things before we get to drawing is link, and it's just like it sounds. You're going to paste any URL that you have in here. So if it's a YouTube video, if it's a website, anything that you would like for your students to go to, you can paste it right there. All right, now onto the drawing tool. Looking at the drawing tool, when you first get in here, you'll notice all the pins down here at the bottom. The first pin is a pencil. It's a very thin line. If you click on the pencil a second time, you're going to get different dots. But as you notice, as a pencil, it's kind of more of a sharpened pencil or a dulled pencil. And then for the second option, you have a marker. It's a little bit thicker, but if I click on it a second time, I can make it even bigger. These dots are great, especially in math, if they are making arrays or even if they're counting on a hundreds chart or anything like that. It's great to demonstrate. The next thing is a highlighter. And as you'll see, if I color over these, you can see it actually goes over it. And again, if I do the 2 taps on there, I can see that I can make my highlighter larger. The fourth one is the magic pen, as I call it, the glow pen. And that gives you kind of different varieties on pins to make it a little bit more exciting. And then the last one, you have an eraser. And again, if I click on it twice, I can make the eraser large, or I can actually erase the entire drawing. So with any of these pens, you can choose any color and it will make it that color. So let's say I'm choosing the marker and I can draw on there with that color. Over here on the left side, the first option you see is the text tool, and I can type any text in there. And right now it's giving me the format for the border with the option of kind of a transparent background, but I can click on the 3 dots and I can change the style. I can change the order, which shows me it can go behind all of the things that I've already put on the page, which are all my drawings. I also have where I can lock it into place so that you cannot move it. And if I want the same style format that I have for this one, for the next text box, I can just duplicate it and then change the words inside. Or I can go ahead and delete them. The next option under the text box is to record. And this is just like it sounds. You press the microphone and anything that you draw on the page or you pull in, it will record your screen. And then you have where you can take a picture or you can even upload it from your computer. So I can click on any of these pictures. If I hold down the Control key, it will allow me to choose more than one, and I can click open and it will add them all into my page. The 3 dots give you 2 options where you can add different shapes and even pattern blocks, place value shapes, and multiplication, division, all the good math icons, and so add different music symbols as well. Once you click to add a shape into your screen, you can also change the color of that shape and the size of the shape. For the background, you can add any background. They have different options for grid. They have handwriting paper, dotted paper, even staff lines for music. You can even just do a colored background. On the bottom left, you see 2 little quotation marks, and that is for the caption. This is a great way to add a voice caption to each page of your drawing. So if you have those students that need the directions read to them, you can use the voice caption to help read them those directions. Over here on the right, you'll notice that I have the option to add a page. So right here, you'll see that it added a white page. Now, if I've created something beautiful on this page and I just want to duplicate it and change one thing, then I can click on the 3 dots and choose to duplicate. If I've added too many pages, I can click on the 3 dots and choose to delete it. Page, you have the option to zoom in. This will be helpful if you are adding a PDF that maybe has smaller font. The students can zoom in as they're working to a particular area and they can see it better. The next one is where you can get rid of all of the tools on the sides and the bottom to make your drawing full screen. You also have the undo and redo buttons. And then over here on the right, you might have seen these on all the other creative tools as well, but if your students are working, they can complete it as a draft. And you also have the check mark to when you are finished, you can turn it in or send it to a student or parent. Wherever you're sending it, you will see that green check mark, which shows that you are completing the work.